Hey, hey, hey. How are you?
I am absolutely amazing. Look, coffeelicious over here. It
I
is so
love it.
amazing. It is so amazing when people walk up to you and tell you, look at my clothes. They're fitting me so good because I've lost weight on that skinny coffee that you gave me.
I know that's right. I had a friend of
Oh,
mine, I talked to her in years, and we were talking about the product, the Skinny Brew today. And she says, "Well, can you send me some samples? My husband is gaining a little weight. He needs to lose some weight." So he's gonna do the Skinny Brew, and she's gonna do the sleepy tea. So it's awesome.
Tyree calling from Dallas. What is going on, Mr. Wilkins?
Tyree, how
welcome.
are you, sir? I'm gonna turn it over to
Oh
you,
man.
Stephanie.
Good afternoon. Hi, Tyree. Thank you for calling in. Thank you. Anyone else
Yes,
that's
ma'am.
dialing in, please get in a quiet place, get you a pen and pad because we are going to get some information that you don't want to miss. We are going to hear from a gentleman that is just making this thing really happen. He is traveling around the globe right now. We are Look, he's hosting a post, hosting whatever he can host because we're not able to move around like we normally do. But he is making it happen. He has actually learned how to market online as well, and just really just touching a lot of people's lives. Really, just he has been able to build a global team and just around the globe. And if anyone else has chimed in, please state your name and where you're calling from, please.
Hello, partner. Tracy Fisher out of Houston.
Hello, Mr. Fisher. Thank you for joining us tonight. Please get in a quiet place. I am super excited. I couldn't wait. I got up this morning early at 5 o'clock to order my sleepy tea and couldn't order it, but I just kept going back and forth until I finally got my sleepy tea ordered this morning. And so I am just so excited to be hosting your call, to be asked to speak on the platform. Anyone else that has chimed in, please state your name and let us know where you're calling in from, please.
Rebecca from Pulaski, Virginia.
Oh, hello. Welcome. Please grab your pen and pad and get in a quiet place. And because we're going to get some information that we definitely don't want to miss tonight. We have a gentleman that is going to really bring it tonight. He has 100% of the information that we need to know, and he is going to deliver. He has been traveling around the globe, as I said, just building a large organization. And not only is he winning, the important thing is that he brings other people with him. So anyone that's attached to him will definitely win. And he really hit the jackpot when he married the love of his life, Mrs. Portia Wilkins. He's also the father of Chandler Wilkins. And like the pastor says at church, I want to introduce to some and present to others. Mr. Wilkins, are you available?
I am here. We've got about two more whole
Two more
minutes before
minutes,
we get
two whole
started.
more minutes. Okay.
Yeah. We've got a lot
Oh,
of people trying to chime in.
oh
I'm getting the
yes.
text messages right now. But
Yes, sir. We're gonna have a crowd tonight. Everybody, look, everybody's coming to see. Everybody's coming to see who is really here. Look, they're coming to hear. Look, next to who's next to Jesus. Really, I mean, you really are.
well,
You
we got
actually,
we've got
you actually
we've got.
delivered.
Listen, we've got Miss Cammie Pentecost going to be on, so I'm excited. I am espresso excited and juiced up, pumped up about tonight. I'm excited for you two, Miss Stephanie Allen, Mrs. Stephanie Allen, on just such a remarkable job that you have been doing over the last several months here. It's almost been 2 years since we've partnered with It Works, but this is just off the cuff. It's not even scheduled, but there was something that just came to mind as you were introducing me. When we talk about just the conversations that take place, and I was sharing this earlier with brand new diamond Miss Wynter Patterson about it's never the big things, it's always the small things because success is hidden in our daily routine. But I want you to talk about this before we even get started, or really this would be the start of it, and then we'll swing it over to Miss Cammie Pentecost as she joins us in a second here. But talk about the conversation you and Portia, my wife, had when we were talking, when you guys were, ladies were talking about goal setting, getting back to diamond and then setting the double diamond. Talk about that thought process and the switch that happened in your mind and the switch that happened in your business for you to now get to a place where what it used to take you to do maybe in 3 weeks, you're doing in your first week. Also fired up hearing, just some of the things that are taking place on your team and in your business right now, but I want you to take everybody through that conversation and that thought process about requalifying your position and then setting a goal to move forward and how that really impacted you.
Yes, sir. Actually, what happened was after I hit diamond initially the first time, it's kind of like I fell off of the wagon. It's like I was still doing the same, work. I was doing all the daily activities, and I just could not seem to, climb back on the horse as easy. And so anyway, and people come and go, and I said I love them when they come, and I love them when they go. I can't get down. I can't make people work, and so I was so busy chasing my tail, trying to go to the next level when I had not requalified for, the level diamond. And so one day I was just feeling down, and I called Mrs. Wilkins, and I told her, I said, I'm really working hard, and it may appear that I'm not working. And I said, I'm really trying to hit double diamond. And she says, why on earth would you be trying to hit double diamond? What you need to do is focus on requalifying for diamond. And so it was like a burden lifted, because I felt like, I didn't know what they were thinking, because I was really working. I mean, I'm a workaholic. I don't sleep. And so anyway, when she told me that, it was like a burden lifted. And so I was able to focus on requalifying diamond rather than trying to hit another rank that I wasn't really, I was structured, but I really didn't have the solid foundation. And so as I regained my focus, trying to, attempting to requalify for diamond, it got so much easier because I was focused on my mindset had shifted. So I was really focusing on where I needed to be rather than trying to go somewhere that I wasn't ready to go yet. And so anyway, every month now, it's like between the first and the fifth, I've already hit ruby. I've already hit emerald by the second week. And so it's like now it has got so much easier, and now the foundation is laid. And so now that's when I just know that I'm getting ready to just blow through double diamond, because the foundation is laid, and it's solid. We're not sinking on quicksand. It's a solid foundation. And so we are ready, and we are going into August. I mean, we're going to run through the finish line in July, and our team, we are ready to blow through August. Back to you, Mr. Wilkins.
Thank you so much for sharing that. And I know I put you on the spot there, so hopefully you're not upset with me.
Okay.
But here's the thing, I like so many people, I like when we are able to be transparent. And I say that because one of the things that I recognize, and one of the things that I've realized over now the last 16 years of doing this, is that, and I want everybody to write this down, please. I want you to write this down, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm about to say next. I have come to realize that success has many fathers, and failure is a lonely orphan. Would you write that down? Success has many fathers, and failure is a lonely orphan. What do I mean by that? A lot of times you'll hear people give me or my wife or whatever it is credit for the success that they've had, whether it's getting to a level or what have you. And we appreciate that. We, obviously we've worked and continue to work to set an example of what's possible, because, in leadership, example is not everything. It's the only thing. But one of the things that I learned from my mentor years ago is true leadership is really about giving the credit away and accepting all responsibility, accepting all blame for what takes place. That's true leadership. True leadership is being willing to accept responsibility for when things go wrong and when things are not going right, when growth is slow, when people are quitting the business, when it seems like you have fallen off the wagon, like Mrs. Stephanie Allen said. As a leader, you have to take responsibility. All of us have to take responsibility. Pam Souder put up a post. It's hit me right in between my head. She was talking about the conversation she was having with people saying, I'm making money, but my team's not making money. And she gave a brilliant, descriptive explanation and broke all of those nuances down to help all of us understand that, you've got to take personal accountability and responsibility for it. And one of the things that you're here tonight, and I know Miss Cami Pentecost is on, and I cannot wait to hear from her. I'm going to jump out right to her right now, because I want her to take all the time that she has available for us tonight. But You know, that's something that we have to get better at as leaders, is taking full responsibility and be willing to take the blame when things aren't going right. And when things are going right, when volume is up, people are promoting, here's what leadership is: giving the credit to other people. I put up a post today. I talked about the principle of giving. And I asked the question, what is the proof of love? The proof of love, and people have different answers: selflessness. You know, we talk about the 5 love languages, you know, spending quality time and words of affirmations, acts of service, and, you know, all of those things. And I surmised that true love, or the proof of love, is giving. How do I know that? For God so loved the world that he gave. He gave his only begotten son. And so I'm excited about tonight's call. I'm excited to learn. I got my notepad and my pen, Miss Cammie Pentecost. Now, a lot of you don't know this. The thing that I respect and love so much about Cammie Pentecost is that she walks the walk and talks the talk, and she's done it inside of It Works. I was talking with a guy today, Miss Cammie, and he was like, hey man, just wanted to bury the hatchet, because he and I had a falling out maybe about 9 months ago. And we had a conversation today, and, you know, the conversation went well. And I said, man, you know, I have learned that sometimes it's not, people act out not because of anything you're doing. It's really has to do with them. And I had to learn, Cammie, how not to take things so personally, because I would take stuff personally. When people would do things, I'd be mad, I'd be upset. And I came to realize it's nothing against me. It's just who they are. And so we had a great conversation. And, you know, as all networkers try to do, hey, man, keep your options open. And, you know, I hope you're keeping it. No, let me stop you right now. Not keeping my options open. My options are completely closed. I'm 1,000%, not 100%. I'm 1,000% sold out to what we're doing and what we're building in It Works. We're going to put 1 million loyal customers on the books in this company, and we're marching right ahead forward. But I love so much to hear from Miss Cammie Pentecost, because she's been there, done that, and bought the t-shirt. Former #1 income earner. First Black Diamond. You know, to be a Black Diamond, you got to be earning 6 figures, $100,000 a month consecutively for 6 months. Not $100,000 one month and then you're $100,000 monthly earner. $100,000 a month for 6 consecutive months, has built the largest organization inside of It Works, and then was transitioned into serving the entire company in a different capacity. And so I love hearing her perspective, because she's been where we are. She's sat in the seats that we're sitting in. She's served alongside leaders, and I don't know, well, I can venture to say she's probably seen everything there is to see when it comes to building a successful business inside of It Works as a distributor and on the corporate side. So I wanted to give all of us a fireside chat and a bird's eye view to where It Works is today, where It Works has been, and most importantly, where It Works is growing to. So Miss Cammie Pentecost, I see you over there. It says ask to unmute. I'm going to unmute you. You're going to have to unmute yourself, but you are live and in living color. I'll turn it over to you.
Well, number one, thank you. Thank you for including me in this. I just got to tell you guys, the minute I made the decision to come into corporate, like, I don't know that I knew what I was deciding. I don't know that I knew what I was giving up on. You know, obviously I believed in what we're doing. I believed in what we have here. And when Dad got sick, I thought, man, I'll give my right arm to keep things going and to help provide confidence for people in the field building. But now every day I just wish I was one of you guys out building the business and living the dream. You know, we always tell you to build it big and fire your boss. And I went and found one. Like, what's wrong with me? No, you guys are living the dream. And I absolutely couldn't be more excited for you. And I want you to know, like, 20 years into this thing, we didn't come this far to only come this far. And we started with Skinny Wraps, and now we're Skinny Brew. And we just keep taking things to that next level. So, you know, I think, Jared, first of all, I was humbled to jump on and hear you talking about what leadership looks like, because I genuinely believe whether you're brand new with us, I mean, like you're just getting started, and maybe you have nobody on your team, maybe you have a couple new DTs on your team. The reality is, like, leadership isn't easy, and it requires serving the people that sign up because they're buying into what you're talking about, and you can't take that for granted. And the buck stops here. You know, I really believe, you know, I had the unique fortune of knowing that Mark and Cindy, the owners of the company, were my parents, and I had to trust with every core fiber of my being that they wouldn't do anything with the company that wasn't going to be for my best interest, because I had their grandchildren. You know, I was thinking to myself, I have your grandchildren. And so knowing that they were going to keep that in mind, knowing that I was out in the field building and making a living, and I want you guys to know that leadership is not easy. It is not easy. Whether you have nobody on your team or whether you have a massive organization, it doesn't matter. Like, you're going to take the arrows. You're going to, you know, be the one that's not sleeping at night, unless you take your sleepy tea, of course, because you're trying to figure out all the ways that everybody on your team can make it go. And I remember having like massive parts of my team thriving, and then I had a few that weren't, and thinking to myself, how do I get these ones that weren't to thrive? How do I make sure they're not left behind? So, you know, it's a thankless job, but here's the deal, you guys, on my worst day with It Works, it beat my best days in teaching all day long. And the minute I started to think, man, I don't know if I'm wired for this. I don't know if I can do this. It was in those moments that I was like, wait, I was born to do this. And there's an enemy out there that wants to steal, kill, and destroy. And I really believe, while all of us would like to schedule our promotions, we'd all like to say, you know, at the end of this month, I'm going diamond, I'm going triple, I'm going ambassador. I find that sometimes there is no schedule to this journey, but the reality is, when you know that you know that you know, it's not a matter of if, it's just when. It will absolutely happen, 100%, hands down. But I can't promise you the process is going to feel good. I can't promise you that what you learn about yourself is always going to be the most exciting thing, but I can promise you it'll be worth it. I don't know how or why God chose me to be a part of this for such a time as this, but I'm thankful that he did, because I can't imagine being anywhere else at any other time. You guys, what we have is special. We have something very special. Here's what I know. You know what I know about Jared and Portia? I know that they have fought a lot of battles. I know that they have not necessarily, they've hit some mountaintops. I mean, I've heard some of the things they've done. So the fact that they've been on some of those mountaintops tells me they've walked the road and they know what it takes. But I also know they knew there was more out there. I know that they knew that there was more that they were worthy of, capable of, and they had way more people that needed to experience what they have seen. And I mean, there are times, you guys, it's like we're in a boxing ring and we're boxing because we got things we want to get done. We might be seeing, you know, different sides, but we bring fresh perspective to help make each other better. But at the end of the day, we walk off that ring, locked arms, ready to go to battle, because it's not about when we're in that ring together. It's about when we walk out of that ring and who the lives we're going to change. We go out to fight together. So one of the things I know is, you know, when you get involved in a company like this, corporate team matters, your leadership matters, comp plan matters, all the things. Guys, you have everything. And the fact that you have Jared and Portia leading this, you know, at the front of the line, that makes me so happy for you. Because one of the things when I was building this business, if somebody came to me and they said I'd been in this industry for a long time, or I tried It Works for, I was like, listen, you never tried it with me. You never tried it with me. And I'm telling you, when you try it with Jared and Portia, you're putting yourself that much further ahead of the game. And I just might have to ask, is there a Wynter Patterson on this call?
She's on here.
All right, let me find her. Let me spot. Oh, she's in red. Lady in red. I like that. A little birdie told me, did you go diamond?
I did today.
Wow. Wow. And is that less than 11 weeks? Is that what I heard?
That is absolutely correct.
Girl, you are not messing around.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's amazing. Well, I'm telling you guys, when you have somebody like Jared and Portia, and I know you guys, I could go on and on about so many of the leaders on this team. I mean, I am so inspired. Jennifer Nivens, you girl, you inspire me every day. I love your honesty. I love that you don't hide the lessons that you've learned, but you're absolutely being loud about where you're going. Oh my gosh, you guys, there's so many messages coming in right now. I can't even see at the bottom of the screen. All right, I'm gonna flip through here a little bit because you guys have got so many powerhouses on this call. Oh my gosh, you guys have to stop commenting. I can't see all the names. All right, so you got Mexico in the house. Is that right, Jared? Do I see Mexico?
They're on here too. They're all on it's a big family affair, so everybody's on here.
Gosh dang. All right, so Tracy, I see you there filling up the chat, Tracy Fisher.
Yes.
You know, here's the other thing that I like. You guys, we know what a deal recognition is. I mean, we know, like, people work hard for money, but they will die for recognition. I mean, they will die. They'll give a lung, they'll give a kidney. They will die for recognition. And I know that we do okay with that. Chris, I see you on this. But they will die for recognition. We're going to keep getting better at that because the name of the game is people. You know, that's at the center and the heartbeat of what we do. Tracy, now I see you. You're not just in the chat room. I see you there. And one of the things I admire about Jared and Portia is they know how big that is, and they're going to keep fighting for it. They're going to keep fighting for more opportunities for this team to be celebrated. I'm so appreciative of that. And pace the leaders, pace the pack. You guys, this is a hungry crew, that's for sure. All right, I'm looking through here. Liliana, I see you. I just love you. It was a year ago I was in Mexico, Jared.
Yes.
A year ago I was down in Mexico, and I was supposed to be back there in March. Obviously, that plan got canceled a bit. But you guys, I want to know, what are you hungry for? What are you hungry for, and what do you want? What are you going for? What are you going to be responsible for? You know, it's one thing to say to your team, I want to do X, Y, and Z, but what are you going to do? What are you committed to do? Because leadership is an example. It's not a noun, it's a verb. To lead is a verb. And so it means, you know, one of the things I held myself so accountable to was I am not willing to ask my team to do what I am not willing to do. I am not asking my team to do what I'm not already doing. And if Mark puts a contest out for X, Y, Z, I'm going to be the first one, or I'm going to do everything within my power to be one of the first ones because I want my team to know how important that is. And so my question to you is, what are you doing this month? And how are you setting the pace for your team? Not leaning on Jared and Portia to set the pace for your team, but what are you going to do to take responsibility? Because it takes each one of us, takes every single one of us to put a bit in to really reach that mountain top goal. Jared, what are you seeing from the team right now?
I'm seeing, Cammie, a lot of hunger. There's a lot of desire. There's also, and I want you to speak to this, there's such a cohesiveness amongst leaders in the team. And I know how important that is to have that synergy, to have that alignment, because to me, it is the multiplier of the results. And the teams that I see growing, not just the fastest. And I was having a conversation, Cammie, with another leader today. They're on, like you said, they're on their Emerald excursion. And we were talking about being structured properly. And I shared with her, I'm talking about Vivian and Juarez, they're Ruby's going Emerald this month. And, you know, we were talking about structure, Cammie. This is what I'm seeing. And I told her the way I define structure is not necessarily always about volume or ranks in a certain team. I look at structure as something that's solid. There's relationship there. There's cohesiveness there. There's unity there. There's loyalty there. There's edification there. And because of that, that gives me the solidarity that that's solid, that's structured, and that's going to be there. So I want you to talk about that. I mean, 20 years. I mean, this is not easy. 20, I've never been with a company longer than 7 years. But to be with It Works for 20 years, to see what you have seen, the people that you've seen, the relationships you've experienced, talk about, you know, as a company and through the leaders, talk about just cohesiveness, unity, loyalty, and how that really multiplies people's results.
Gosh, Jared, I feel like we all have our own goals that we want to go for, right? And we have to go for those goals because it starts with us. And that's what breeds the enthusiasm and the buy-in of others. But here's what I know. Like, you can only go so far by yourself. You can only get so far along this journey without, on your own. And that's why I love what It Works offers, because one of the things that helped me buy in is I knew I could only go so far by myself, but I could go so much further with other people. And you can only control your own behavior. But when you inspire other people to take this journey with you, you guys, I'm telling you, you cannot do alone what you can do with a group of people in this business. You just can't. I mean, obviously you can only control your behavior, but what it's going to take to be massively, wildly successful. And this might feel like you're dimming your own light for a minute, but really what it's happening is you're elevating yourself, because it's the humility, it's the servant leadership side of this. It's like when Jesus was up in the upper room and he was washing the feet of his disciples. I mean, it's really taking the posture of, how can I serve you so we can bind together and bring about the greater good of this organization. That's, what I loved about our comp plan, Jared, is nobody that was greedy was going to actually like our comp plan. Because you needed people. You needed people to go the distance with you to actually make it happen and return the kind of income that this business is possible of returning. And so, guys, I'm serious when I say lock arms with people. You got to trust people. You got to believe in people before they believe in themselves. You got to get after it together. We can go so much farther together than what we can ever do alone. And again, even the greediest people won't survive in It Works. You really got to be willing to get out there and help other people to make it big in this particular business. And that's the kind of business I want to be a part of.
Absolutely. So in closing out, I know you've got to run in a second here, and the chats are going to be lit up. But talk about, you said we went from the wraps to, of course, now Skinny Brew. Now we've got Sleepy Tea. Talk about the thought that went into that, because I'll tell you this, Cami. One of the things that I'm so impacted by is the level of thinking that goes into the business from corporate. Like, you guys literally think through the business. It's not on a whim. It's not, hey, let's try this out, or no, there's a methodical think tank. There's data. Every time I talk to anybody at corporate, it's always about, well, the data says this, Jared. The analytics say this. Here's what the numbers say. Talk about why Sleepy Tea. Talk about why now. And I've been telling people, Cami, truthfully, I believe within the next year, Sleepy Tea will be the #1 selling product in the company. Now, a lot of people, they think I'm hyping this. And I don't know if corporate has ran the data or what. I haven't even talked about that aspect of it. But I'm talking about the response that I've received when it comes to Sleepy Tea. I'm like, when my own father was like, bruh, I need that Sleepy Tea. I said, oh, we got you. It's all. Talk about that, Cami.
Well, I think it brings it all together. So we started with the skinny wraps, right? It tightens, tones, and firms, gives you visible results in 45 minutes, right? It meets that instant gratification with little to no effort need that this microwave society of a world that we live in. So #1, a product nobody else had, everybody wanted, see measurable results in 45 minutes. So I love that, right? That's our foundation. But as we continue to grow, when you look at the world, weight loss, coffee, that's the data. And when you put the two of them together, and then here's the deal, Jared, when they told us we were doing Sleepy Tea, I said, Sleepy Tea, I sleep fine. The minute my head hits a pillow, I'm gone. Now, here's the interesting thing. I'm saying that, and yet I'm seeing a naturopath because I'm actually not sleeping deep sleep. So if anybody in the world is like me, where they hit their head at night, their head hits the pillow at night, and they're out, that doesn't mean that they're getting good sleep. And guys, this is for full circle. Because if you're not sleeping, no matter what benefit you're getting from any health product, you will not get the benefit of it fully if you're not sleeping at night, period. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. We can't claim weight loss. We can't claim better immunity with Sleepy Tea. We can't claim any of the things that people are looking for, higher energy levels, more mind clarity. We can't claim any of that with Sleepy Tea, but guess what you can claim with that? Sleep. If you're getting good, deep sleep. And we have just brought you a product that will absolutely do that. So Slam dunk. It ties everything together. You're going to sleep all night so you can slay all day. You know, I mean, guys, it's a total package. And I mean, I just thought how naive of me to think sleepy tea, like that ain't sexy. No, listen, sleep and being at your optimal potential, that's sexy. And that's what we're able to provide for people. So Jared, you're right. Hands down, I'm buying in. If I was putting all my chips on red because you were saying sleepy tea is on red, I would say you're right. Sleepy tea is going to be slam dunk, the #1 selling product, and it works.
And here's the beautiful thing, Cammie. We still have all of the other great products too. So people that don't want to go bet on red, let them keep betting on black with the skinny brew. Let them bet on the wraps. Let them bet on whatever they want to bet on. But I'm telling you,
we have it all.
Yes, I see something unique with this sleepy tea, and I cannot wait for people to sample it. But any closing remarks you want to give before we let you go?
You guys, you have a unique opportunity. This team has a real unique opportunity. You know, I'll never forget the first time I had somebody that had been in multi-level marketing join my team, and she said, for 15 years, I have looked for a company like this. I knew it existed, but I'd never seen it. And I believe the beauty of what this team has stumbled upon, although you didn't stumble, you intentionally sought it out. I know that for a fact. And I do believe in divine appointments. This team has something unique. I believe you're bringing people back to It Works that had lost hope or got distracted, and that's okay because we know everybody has their own journey. But I really, truly believe many of you have prayed for something and you just thought, gosh, this industry, it's genius, but where? You're here. You're at the right place at the right time. You have the amazing leadership. And it's not just Jared and Portia. I mean, I could go on and on about the people on this Zoom tonight that are in alignment with Jared and Portia, paving the way. And I love what Portia said tonight. You're building it for your last name. That's what this is all about. You know, Mark and Cindy Pentecost started this business for them. But you guys, they had no idea their daughter was going to join and become a Black Diamond and build a legacy for her own family. Now my children, their grandchildren, are in a restaurant singing Cammie Dempsey, It Works Black Diamond. You might be like, who's Cammie Dempsey? That was my married name. But they chant songs because of what they saw their mom do. And it's just the beginning. I mean, the chants go on and on and on because they're believing in your legacy. But you guys, it's not just us. You're building it for your last name. That's what this is about. Mark and Cindy started in this industry for $500 a month. That's it. That's it. That's all they wanted. And look where it is now. Teacher turned island owner, 5,000 acre ranch owner, multi-million, billion-dollar company. That's where we are right now, right place, strong foundation, not even getting started yet. We didn't come this far. If you know our family, you'll know we got an appetite that won't be tamed. And you're in the right place at the right time. Your leadership, the company. Jared, I just have to say thank you to you and Portia. I love you guys so, so much. And so many of you, I want to continue to get to know you. But you guys, if you have to borrow our belief and borrow our confidence, we will continue to pass it to you until you believe it for yourself. Build it for your last name. This is for you, your family, and the generations to come. I can't say that enough.
Cammie, thank you so much. Thank you for taking time out of your schedule to be on here. I mean, Cammie, you got everybody and they mama fired up. Yes, and they mama fired up on the chat right now. Y'all show Cammie some love in the chat. Come on, jump in the chat. Come on, Quarantine Cathedral, jump in the chat. Put your hands together, Cammie. Pentecost is in the house. Thank you so much for being on. But, you know, ladies and gentlemen, I wanted you guys to hear from Cammie Pentecost tonight because, you know, it's amazing what we have a chance to do and what we have an opportunity to accomplish right now. I was telling some leaders last night on the family call. I know Mark was talking about some leaders that had decided to make a different move and transition and all this type of stuff. And that's okay. I understand it. My philosophy is receive them when they come in and bless them when they go out, right? Receive them. I receive you as battered as you are, as bruised as you are, as arrogant, as cocky, as messed up as I receive you because they received me, right? And if you ever decide to leave, not one bad word, not one negative comment. Bless them when they leave. I told them in the chat, I said, we just came out from out there, okay? Less than 2 years ago. Many of us came from out there and those shark-infested network marketing, lying, manipulating, trifling waters. We came from out there. Listen, you ain't never, let me come on, get it by. You ain't never met a bona fide, certified Christian liar until you meet some of these network marketing leaders. They look you in your eye, tell you all the good stuff that you want to hear, give you dangling gossip, create a compelling story and picture. And when you jump into that stuff over there, you tend to find out real quickly, oh man, the grass is not greener on the other side. That's astroturf. And that's not putting any companies down or putting people down. That's just exposing the reality, because there are some great people. There are some phenomenal companies and incredible leaders. I've got a lot of friends in different companies that are doing extremely well. I mean, some of them, their income, their weekly income is twice the amount of our sales volume a month. Let me say it again. Some of them, their weekly commissions is twice the amount of our organization's sales volume a month. But here's what I love. I respect them, they respect me, and we never, ever, ever try to recruit each other into each other's companies, ever. It's not even a conversation. It's not even a sleight of hand conversation. Why? Because I respect what they're doing. They respect what we're doing, and we're focused. I don't know who's leaving. I don't know who's left. I don't know. I just, you know what I know? I know Wynter Patterson just went diamond today. That's what I do know. And I know the Purpose Pusher Tribe is over there fired up. I know Stephanie Allen's over there killing it. I know Jennifer Nivens got a presidential team low. I know what's going on right here with the people that will run. That's what I know. I know it works. Just came out with Sleepy Tea. I know it works. Enrolls over 2 million new loyal customers a year. I know where we're going. I know we're about to double the size of the company. I know what's going on with our friends over in Mexico, how they're having some of their best months ever. I know what's going on with many of our friends over in Japan. I know what's going on over there with our friends in Korea. I know what's taking place when I talk with some of the leaders that are saying, man, I just doubled my check in the last 90 days. When I talk to Stephanie and Joel Dunn, the #1 income earners, I see, that's what I know. Everything else, I don't know. But I want y'all to hear tonight from Miss Wynter Patterson, brand new diamond in the organization. We have the good fortune of being her sponsors and co-laborers in this deal. But like I told you at the onset of this call, I never want to credit. I don't, listen, I give God the credit. And this is one of the things I would tell you to do. Give God all the credit, and he'll give you some cash. Yay! Come on, somebody. All right. Well, listen, I want to jump on real quick. Miss Wynter Patterson, are you there?
I am here. Thank you so much.
Well, listen, we're excited to hear from you tonight. Talk to everybody real quick, about how you were introduced to It Works. Give us your story. How did you find the company? Walk us through that, because we got so many people on here who's never heard your story. Could you imagine that? They've never heard your story. They don't know anything about you, but talk about how you found out about this company, why you said yes, and then I'll come back with a couple other questions for you.
Absolutely. So my background, I actually spent 15 years in banking as a sales executive and branch manager with Chase Bank, managing some of the largest profit centers here in Houston. Did that for a while, made a lot of money, but really wasn't satisfied. I had bigger vision, bigger things that I felt that God was calling me to do, like, books and conferences and things of that nature. And so I knew I had something bigger that I wanted to do outside of my corporate job. So that was on the back of my mind. Fast forward, one day I was on the phone with my sister-in-law. She was bragging to me that she had woke up, she had, washed the whole house, she had jogged around the whole track 3 or 4 times, still had energy, was happy, feeling good, and it was all because of this skinny coffee she was drinking. And so she said, well, let me get my distributor. I said, no, I know exactly who to call. I got on the phone with Jared. I said, let me try some of that skinny tea. Let me see what this stuff is that my sister-in-law keeps talking about. He sent me a sample, and by the third day, I called back and I said, not only I said, I want to become a loyal customer first because this stuff is amazing, but I also want to offer this to other women who may need just that boost to get working out, to get, working on their fitness and weight loss goals. I want to sell this. And Jared began to explain to me how this could help to fund the vision, that this could be something that would help build legacy and help me to do all the other things that God had placed on my heart to do. And so it was a win-win. It was not a whole lot of thought into it. I signed up and started working, and it has been an amazing journey since.
You said a whole lot in there, and I, it's amazing. So I didn't know that part of the story. You're like, oh, I know exactly who to call. But I didn't know that part of the story, but it's something, and the leaders that are on here, they can attest to this. You got started in what month?
May.
In May. All right. So I was talking with the team, with the leaders, and we used to do a leadership call on Saturdays. We actually moved it to Mondays because I got counsel and advice from a mentor of mine and said, man, you need to move your calls from Saturday to Monday because y'all have the family call, the family call on Sunday. Monday's a great way to start the week and give direction and information. And so we moved it. But during one of the calls, Wynter, before you even reached out to me or even had a sample, we were, as an organization, we were in the Valley. Scripture readers, y'all know what Lodabar is. We were in Lodabar. Lodabar. Our belief, many of us, not all of us, not all, but I know my belief was being challenged. Things were not growing the way I wanted them to grow because I wasn't growing. I was in a place of blaming. I was in a place of anger. I was in a place of frustration. And God started to work on my heart to release those negative feelings. And I started speaking what I wanted. And I said this on last week's call, I believe it was, where I talked about you're one person away from a massive explosion happening in your business. We were doing this call, and it probably, guys, maybe our calls at one point, we had 100, 200, 300 people getting on our calls when we first got started almost 2 years ago. Folks were fired up. They had saw it. They had found it. I was the Messiah, and then all of a sudden I became the manipulator. I was the this, and all of a sudden I became their enemy. And so our calls dwindled from 150, 200 people down to about 30 people on our calls, on our training calls. And I never forget, we had a young lady that's a part of It Works, and not directly in our team, but she's a part of It Works, and she got on that call. She, I don't even know how she got on the call, but she's out in Dallas. Miss Ruth, I don't know if she's on here tonight, but she got on that call, and as we were closing through it, I was telling everybody, start speaking what you want, go out and visit the car, go out and visit the home, start talking about what it is that you want, not what it is that you have. I started really dealing with people when it came to a faith confession, which would say, I'm one person away from a massive explosion happening in my business, one person away. And we kept speaking that. And Ms. Ruth gets on the call and she exemplified it. She talked about, her story of how she's physically blind. She cannot see, she's physically blind. And she's based out in Dallas. And she started telling her story of how, Wynter, she sponsored a young lady from Facebook. And that young lady led to the entire country of France being opened up.
Oh, wow.
And right, so she overrides an entire country that is the #2 market for the entire company of It Works. So USA is #1, and #2 is France. And it was this older young lady that had the confidence and the faith, and she got on there, she ministered, and I was in tears, man. I don't think the team at that point had ever seen me cry. They'd seen strong Jared, but man, I cried like a baby on that call because she was an example and ministered to me in such a therapeutic way of what was about to happen and what was about to take place. I want you to talk about the things that people don't see. I want you to talk about, obviously people see you got started in May, your first time in network marketing, you've never done this before. You don't have a background in being able to build teams in network marketing prior that you brought over to the company or anything like that. You didn't bonus buy it, so you didn't go out and do what some people do is buy a rank. You didn't do any of that. This is good old-fashioned country, roll up your sleeve. You, Jennifer Nivens, that whole team of ladies out there working together. But talk about what people don't see, because you went Ruby right away. I mean, I looked up one day, oh, she's Star Achiever. Okay, great, keep rocking. Next thing I know, you were Ruby. I'm like, okay. Then we had a conversation, and hopefully we'll dive into some of this. We're gonna have therapy tonight for some people. I want you to talk. We're gonna talk about placement and all. Yeah, we don't get it. I hope y'all should stay on. Some of y'all gonna get saved, sanctified, and Holy Ghost filled and delivered tonight from foolishness. But let's talk about what people don't see, Wynter. They see you go Ruby. I think it was your first week or two. I don't know, so fast. You went Emerald. Then you turn around and went Diamond in less than 90 days. Talk to us about what the day-to-day looks like for you in terms of what are you doing? Are you using host-to-post? What that experience is like? Are you doing conference calls? Are you doing lunch calls? What are you doing to really do this right now?
Great questions. First thing I want to say is I really have an amazing team. The Purpose Pusher Tribe is absolutely amazing. They have been the resource for how do I, connect with people on social media? How do I get the foundation? What do I need to say? They have been everything. And then my group of leaders, the Abundance Group, is absolutely what keeps me motivated every day. So, it may look on the outside very easy, like it just went to the top, but it was a lot of consistency. You taught me the importance of consistently posting every single day about the coffee. Just that thing opened up so many opportunities, so many people inquiring by me just being consistent in that. Host to Post has been huge. There are days when Host to Post is not my friend, but I am consistently doing Host to Post. And let me take it a step back. Every day, something that my team and I do is we actually physically write down our goals on paper. Okay. Wow. So every single day we set a goal on how many loyal customers we want to get, how many distributors for the week, how many host to posts we want to put up, and how many engagement posts we want to put up. And we share that with each other every morning. So by 9 o'clock, my text is lit up. We all have shared our goals in a group text. We all are holding each other accountable and saying, this is what I'm willing to commit to working towards today. And I believe that's been a big key to our success, because something happens when you write stuff down. Erica Badu has a quote, and she says, when you put something down with a real pen and real paper, watch stuff happen. But she didn't say stuff. She didn't say stuff. She said,
it's a holy call. She said stuff. It's a holy call.
There you go. She said, when you put something out with a real pen and real paper, stuff happens. And I believe that. So I teach that. My team and I, we write it down on paper and we commit to it. And I say, don't put down 4 LCs if you're not willing to do at least 40 calls or 40 contacts to get it. Because we know it takes typically 10 people to get one sale, right? So we put down realistic goals on paper and we hold each other accountable to that. That is one of the daily practices. I stay very close to my leaders. I stay very close to Jennifer and very close to you, Jared. If I have questions, if I need direction, hey, this is a new situation that I haven't encountered before. I'm not afraid to ask questions, raise my hand, or, even bug you if I need to, because I know that when you're on a path that you've never traveled on, the best thing you can do is follow behind someone who already has. And so that is what I do daily. I make sure that I'm following behind the people who are already doing it, learning from them, growing, and then taking those principles and making sure that I'm sharing it with my team of very, very strong leaders who I'm super, super, super grateful for.
You said a whole lot in that too. I love the daily routine of writing it down daily, having the goal and meeting with the leaders and having the group chats. That's all a part of it, connecting with these people. Talk to me about one of the discussions we had with one of the goals of what you want to drive, and talk about that experience of, and I bring it up because, you know, what you've just described in terms of exposing the business, having goals, and, you know, doing whole, see, all of that is the how-to. And I don't think there's a person listening tonight that has not heard us talk about the how-to, whether it's a launch call. Wynter, have we done launch calls or launch Zooms together before?
Oh, certainly.
Certainly.
We certainly have. Mm-hmm.
You and your team have plugged in, and we've done that. And have we signed up people from that?
Yes, we have.
Have you signed up people from Host to Post?
Sure have.
So both of those strategies work. But I want to talk about some of the things, and I used to think, Wynter, these things were corny. I used to think they were cheesy. I'll be candid. I used to be like, oh my God, I can't believe y'all are doing that. And, until I start seeing some of my friends that bought into the corny stuff living the dream, right? Talk about that experience that we had in terms of a conversation of going to Dreamville, going to test drive, and going to ride in. What did that experience do for you in terms of your belief system?
So everybody on here, all the purpose pushers know, and now you guys will know, I plan to get me my Bentley coupe this year, okay? I will drive a Bentley coupe, and I am going to work this business to make sure that I get it. And so I was talking to Jared about that, and he said, you know, it's important that you go out and drive it and feel it and smell it and really understand what it is that you are believing for and speaking. And I did that, and it just made the dream that much stronger. I'll show you guys something. I keep a daily look. This is all of the people that I've contacted today, follow-ups, et cetera, et cetera. But at the top in green, it talks about my monthly income and my Bentley coupe. And that's what drives me. That's what keeps me focused. That, and then the fact that I have, again, a team that's working every day and bringing it. So it just really made the vision, the plan, the focus even stronger by putting that in front of me.
You know, one other thing here, because I was showing everybody, I don't know if they could see it. You talk about having your dreams and your vision all in front of you and having it written down. And when you showed me that, one of the things I said, where you learn that from? She's talking about, oh, I already knew that. I've been doing it. I said, I don't want no credit. I didn't know if you'd learned that before. I just wanted to make sure I was on the same page. But anyway, talk about this, Wynter. Almost 50 loyal customers you've enrolled in July. You've enrolled almost 50 loyal in the month of July. Wynter, what is you, not what are you, what is you saying? What is you doing? What is you thinking? I mean, seriously, because, you know, that is absolutely incredible. And I want you to talk about this, not for people to compare themselves to you, but for people to be inspired by what you're doing, because they are one person away from sponsoring the next Wynter Patterson. They're one person away. No, I'm serious. Listen, one of my affirmations that people don't understand is, I learned from a mentor of mine years ago. He said, Jared, you want to work yourself out of being important. And I didn't understand that statement for 5 years. And when I got it, he says, because I've worked myself to a point of not having to be the man, not having to be the leader, there are other people that have stepped into their leadership power. They are empowered to run their own organizations, to run their own teams. What happens, and I see Sonny on here, brand new Emerald. Congratulations, Sonny. I sent you a friend request. You have yet to, accept my request. So, I don't know if you're going to make it to Diamond without, no, just kidding. But anyway, congratulations, brand new Emerald in the organization. I believe Wynter sponsored her. Congrats, Sonny. But I'll say this. Talk about what you're doing, because that's one of my philosophies. It's empowering people, let people run, because you literally want to attract people that are better than you. That's one of my affirmations. Lord, send people to me that are better than me in areas. They're better recruiters than me, better enrollers than me, better leaders than me. Why? Because I'm feverishly working my way out of being important. I don't want to be the man. I don't want to be they're the man. They're the woman. They're the ones. They're leading. That's my philosophy. So talk to us about, almost 50 loyal customers. How is that even, what's going on?
You know what? It's a couple things, but first I want to shout out Sunny, thank you for shouting her out. She just went Emerald. Guys, Sunny is a beast, and I determined, now I know people say you want someone to be better than you, but I don't want Sunny to ever beat me. So every month, I am making sure that I'm out ahead. I'm fighting. And every time I look up, she right on my heels. She passed me once. And I said, we can't play. I'm not gonna let you pass me again. But she has been an awesome motivator. I know I can't take a day off with someone like Sunny on my team. But also the other ladies, Sherry, Patricia, Katrina, all of them, they come every day and they practice their daily habits, their daily practices are awesome. They're on point. And so it inspires me as a leader that I have to model what it is that I'm saying. I have to continue to do what it is that I'm preaching. So some of the things, how did I get to 50 customers? A lot of it is having conversations with a lot of people. With 50 people, if I've enrolled 50 loyals, then I'm sure I've talked to 1,000 people. That means I'm having conversations with a lot of people. Some of them are not closing, some of them are, but I understand that it takes, the average is 10 to 1 to close a deal. So I'm talking to many, many, many people every day. I'm posting daily. I started something that some of you guys may have seen, Skinny Coffee Chat, where I simply cut on my camera in the kitchen and I talk while I'm making skinny coffee. And I thought at first, I was like, okay, no one is really paying attention, but I'll see people somewhere and they say, hey, you know what? I've been meaning to order that skinny coffee. Or they'll call me or they'll send me a DM and say, hey, I've seen your 80th Skinny Coffee Chat. All right, let me go ahead and sign up. Let me see what all the hype is about. So it's daily practices like that, getting in front of people, talking about the products, which are amazing. Daily posting, consistently host a post, consistently talking to people about that, following up with people. You got to write things down so that you know who to follow up with. And then also, being very intentional about my goals for the day, writing those down and doing the practices that it's going to take in order for those dreams and those goals to actually come to fruition.
Well, anything else you want to share in closing before we bring on some of the other leaders? I want to hear from Mrs. Nivens. I want to hear from some of the other diamonds and aboves that's on here. And yes, y'all say yes. Y'all will be coming on here. But any closing remarks, Wynter?
I do. I want to say a thank you to Jennifer for just being a great leader, for helping me to understand structure and understand how, to really work this business from a social media angle. She has been a great support, a great, not only leader, but just a teammate that I can count on and work with and grow this business. So I'm so thankful for her. And then Jared, I've said it, but I really mean, you have been amazing. You have always shared really great words of wisdom. You're always available, always, encouraging me. And I thank you for that. And I'm really, really just overcome with gratitude for the entire experience, for everyone on this team, everyone on this call. Y'all, God is so amazing. I give him all the glory for this. And I pray that I can continue to be an example for you all, or even just someone to cheer you on. So thank you so much.
Well, absolutely. Congratulations again. Diamond on the 27th. So we'll be double diamond by the 31st.
There you go.
Amen. Well, real quick, let's go out to Jennifer Nivens. Nivens, yeah, I know you was like, no, you ain't coming. Yes, you are. Come on, say something, Nivens. And then we've got some of the other diamonds and above that want to say something as well. Go ahead, Nivens.
Hey, Y'all know I am in the background. I don't mind being a servant leader. I am just saying hats off and congratulations to Wynter Patterson, Sunny Speed, Patricia Greenleaf, Sherry. All of you guys have done amazing things. And again, Wynter leading from the front and just being coachable. Like I said, doing all the things, whatever it takes, following the system, guys. And it could happen, or it is happening for any and everybody. And the month is still early. Like we still have plenty of time in the month for everybody to hit a goal. And so whatever that goal is, there's plenty of time to do it. But I'm just excited for what's to come. Like I just feel like just big things are still on the rise, you know, no matter what it may look like now, guys. Like I did a team call and just really shifting your perspective and realizing what you have your hands on. And then really treating it like a business, like you are the CEO of your business. And so many times we're quick to put it on the shelf or, you know, have all of these excuses. But with life happening, bills going on, I'd rather not have to be broke and discouraged with all of it happening. I'd rather to be able to have the income, to have the choices to change whatever I am going through. And you have that in your hands. We have such a blessing, such a gift with the amazing promotions going on. Don't hold it. Everybody needs to know about this blessing, this gift, and the fact that they can join for half off, for $49. Like definitely running off of that. Getting your structure, like this is the time. Yes, it's the 27th of the month. Whatever you're going for, guys, I am big on structure. Get it in place. Find those people who need and want what we have, and go change some lives, both physically and financially. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Congratulations, Miss Wynter Patterson again. So back to you, Mr. Wilkins.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Do we have any other diamonds and above? You can lift your hands, I guess, on the screen, or I'll kind of go through here. I see Miss Ruth Bradford's on here. I see your picture on here, Miss Ruth Bradford. Hello there. I see Carissa's on here. You ladies want to have any closing remarks, diamonds and above, real quick? I'll just kind of go through and see if I see anybody that's on video that wants to say anything in closing. If not, we'll be ready to rock and roll. I know we've got a big, big week ahead. Typically, guys, I'm telling you, everything that we've worked on throughout the first 3 weeks of the month, if you've worked the business consistently, you've been showing up, you've been putting up those host posts, you've been making those phone calls, I'm telling you right now, this week is going to be monumental with everything going on. So I'll turn it over to Carissa. Carissa, are you there?
I'm here. My team be calling me out. I swear. I was making my chocolate chai tea, and they like, he calling you out. I'm like, I hear. I was just letting somebody else take the reins, like you said. Just for me, that consistency, like I'm doing right now. I was making boomerang videos while we was doing this, so I was getting 2 birds done in 1 stone. But it's definitely consistency. I'm big on that, and I loved everything Wynter said. So I'm leaving it with what everything she said, and 50 loyal customers. Ooh, I faint. That's awesome.
I'm telling you, everybody is fired up right now, obviously, with everything that's taking place. A lot of what Cammie shared as well. It's amazing how this business is growing for so many people. I see a lot of you still here on the call. Anybody else, real quick, any of the other diamonds, double diamonds, triples, presidentials that's on here that want to say anything in closing? If not, we'll be ready to rock and roll. I can tell you there's a lot of excitement coming in because of the Sleepy Tea. So this week, what I'll be doing is following up, getting that information out. One of the things Wynter said, half off DTs, so distributors can enroll for $49.95 or $49.50, whatever it is. One of the things that I would tell you is, exposure is everything. The fortune is in the follow-up, and work with the willing, and never compare. Exposure is everything. The fortune is in the follow-up. Work with the willing, and never compare. So whoever you are connected to is taking you somewhere. Make sure accountability is important. Accountability is so important. Ms. Ruth, wave your hand real quick. I want to see if you want to come on and say something. You got to say something. And not even if you want to. You got to say something. Ms. Ruth, hold on. It says ask to unmute yourself over there. She's over in Dallas.
Okay.
They need to see, everybody needs to see right now, one of my biggest inspirations, and it works. Y'all don't know this. Y'all think it's all
Hold
these
on, let me
big,
put
big.
my glasses on so I can
Put
see.
your
Hold
glasses on. Come on, somebody. Come on in the quarantine. Have y'all heard this story? Come on, Miss Ruth, how are you?
I am good. I don't know. It seems like every time I get on your call, I'm cleaning up my bedroom. It's like, okay, so y'all have to forgive the way I look, but you know what? This is how we work. You work when you can. Like the Bible said, work while you can. Anyway, my phone's going dead, everything. Are you there? Okay. Congratulations,
Yeah.
Miss Wynter Patterson.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you.
50 customers. And it's not even over. July's not over yet so far. That is phenomenal. This team is phenomenal. Jared, you know, when I saw your flyer for having Cammie on, I had to be on this call. So yes, jumped on the call and it did not disappoint. You and Portia, Cammie said it. She saw something in you all. And people, Pamela and Cindy, I don't know, but you were, and I told you and Portia when I met y'all, when y'all came to Dallas to kick off, you were my mentor a long time before I even got into It Works.
Wow.
When you first started building from your last name in whatever company you was in, that's when I was attracted to you all on Facebook. You were driving around in your car, giving speeches and stuff, giving talks, and you carried me through the valley.
Wow.
So now, y'all, I want to encourage everybody that, you know, whatever you're going through now, it's going to pass.
Yeah.
That's
And
good.
one thing I learned from you, Jared, and Portia, are skills. Every time you did a talk, I got something from it. I took a little portion of it and I would teach it to my team. And my team is my family.
Yeah.
My team is my friends.
Yeah.
My team, you know, your team is not always just who you're in business with.
Yeah.
Your team is who supports you.
Yeah.
But one thing I learned, the skills that I learned from you before I even got into It Works brought us from Vitamart.
Wow.
Skills pay bills, y'all. That's all I'm going to tell you. Listen to this teaching and this education that you get. This is a million education. Portia and Jared were millionaires way before they got into It Works.
Yeah.
So you're learning from a millionaire. You have a millionaire mentor. He was my millionaire mentor.
Oh.
So skills I learned from you, and I found your YouTube channel and everything, and stalked you everywhere. You know, y'all just don't know the impact.
Well, you don't know the impact. Listen, Ruth, you don't know the impact you've had on me and all of us. And I cannot wait, you know, for more people to hear your story. I'm telling you, it lifted my spirit to hear it the way you explained it and taught it and talked about it. And sometimes, you guys, you never know who it is or where they are that will be the one that really takes you to the next level in your belief. So my message for everybody tonight, gratitude. Here's my takeaway. Here's my takeaway assignment for you. Gratitude is the seed for more. Gratitude is the seed for more. I love what Ms. Ruth just said. Whatever you're going through or growing through, it will pass. The storm did not come to stay. It has come to pass. Gratitude. Be grateful for this opportunity. This is an opportunity of a lifetime. But every opportunity of a lifetime must be seized during the lifetime of the opportunity. How many loyal customers are you going to enroll between now and the end of the month? Personally, how many new distributors are you going to personally sponsor? Start off with these goals and give gratitude for the ability to have the consciousness, the mindset, and even the opportunity to have a goal to write. Be grateful and be consistent. You ought to be sharing every day on social media. Yeah, come on. In your stories, you ought to be beating them to death in your stories, all right? And on your Facebook wall, in your on your Instagram account. I'm telling you, if you cannot hide yourself from the marketplace, you have to show yourself to the marketplace so that when the time is right, people know where to find you. So thank you guys so much for being on the call tonight. This call will be available on the team training website, www.thesystemthatpays.com. I'm extremely grateful and excited for your time and your attention tonight. God bless you. God bless your families. And God will certainly bless your dreams. We'll see you on the next call.